Hey guys, so I had three ideas for three different stories from three different genres in my head, not knowing which one to start with. And I was so sure I was going to start off with the greatest warlock that ever lived. But Madam Regina's son is just going to have to wait. I changed my mind, not because I think this will be a better story, but I wanted to slow down and take a different turn. I've been writing a lot of mystery, thriller, horror, and fantasy, and I wanted to go into another direction. I wrote the poem literally read through the lines, and that's what gave me the inspiration to write this love story. So here it goes. These are the days, episode 2, Chris's reason to go. This whole episode is from Chris's perspective and why he decides to go back to the camp Everwood. The opening of this scene, we basically just see him in his profession as a specialist counselor at the shelter, having meetings with groups, talking about prep and safe sex. Also, you kind of have a general idea of the facility. They have board games, rooms, computers, and movie rooms. While he's putting papers away and filing cabinets in his desk, he sees two boyfriends at the computers being affectionate with one another. This sparks up a flashback from the past, when he was younger, at the Everwood camp. One day, he was in the woods with Ryan, both talking about girlfriends and what they're going to do for the next year. Chris was walking on an unsteady branch while Ryan was a few steps ahead of him. While they were talking about Mariah Carey's #1 that year, he slipped and fell. Ryan quickly goes to him, worried, and sees there's just a little bit of blood on the cut. That moment was so intense because even up to this day, Chris feels like it could have led up to a kiss, his first kiss. Unfortunately, something else happens, but we don't find out until he finishes telling the story to Dominic later in the episode. After the flashback ends, he goes back to the email on his desk, the invitation from the camp, speculating if he should go, and even if he went, was he doing it for the right reasons? He stalks Ryan's private page, looking at the main selfie with him and his wife Cindy, still undecided. Ben, his supervisor, walks by and tells him he can clock out early and that he would take over his shift. You can tell Chris is not only a hardworking guy, but he takes his job very seriously, and that's why Dominic constantly says that he needs to loosen up and live. Chris says, no, it's okay. You go home to the husband, and that's when he tells him there's been problems in paradise. As he was packing but still looking at the selfie on the computer with Ryan and attempts to ask his boss, but then changes his mind, and his boss says, no, tell me what's going on. And he tells him he was thinking of taking a trip to the mountains. Ben practically pushes him to go, especially since he has so much vacation time and he's never taken since he started working there. The scene changes and Chris is back home in his bedroom packing his luggage. He hears a knock, and a few minutes later he hears Dominic's voice. Their friendship is at another level where he has an extra key. He's already informed him about the days off because Ben told him, and now he wants to know the tea. At first, Dominic was not down with the idea. It sounded just like volunteer work helping kids at a camp. But then, when he showed him the email that he got from Everwood, he remembered the stories about when he was younger with Ryan, and now he knows why. But he tells him that he's married to a woman now with kids. So any hope of rekindling anything from that is gone. Besides, it may not have been how he thought it was anyway. We also find out the rest of the story when he fell off the branch, what happened after that with some of the other guys at camp that bullied him for being gay. At the end of the episode, Chris finally makes his final decision to go. As Dominic takes over his shift, he said only under one condition. You tell me all the juicy details when you come back. Stay tuned for the next episode.